Welcome to Silver Dollar City. It is opening day for the public. We're getting ready to go in and check it out and see all the changes. Face mask ready. This should be interesting and hopefully a lot of fun. So we're here at Silver Dollar City. It is opening day to the public. We're getting ready to check things out. We're heading over to the Tram Tour. You can see we're here 9:40 or so. Nice empty lot. They're restricting how many people get to come in and hoping to get a good look at all the changes. Well, as we walk up to the tram, you can see they've got nice lines set up, lots of spacing. You also got the health check for everybody to come in and get ready. So we're going to check it out and go through the process here and get ready to ride in. And every other room on the trams too. So nice quick temperature check, mask on, looking like robbers or spacemen or something, and then it's over through the line to the tram. And while they've got a lot of line spacing here, actually it doesn't look like it'll take that long. We should hopefully be on the next tram. So we're on the tram, every other space. Wristbands to put in. This lets them know that you actually cleared the health screening, and then we'll be riding in.
Guests in the area, please remain behind the white line. Until the tram comes to a complete stop. I did do an
So getting off the tram, you can see we got a little bit of a backup here. Not quite sure why. This is people waiting for tickets. And you can see how quickly some forget about social distancing. But we are going ahead and to the left. And just one entry spot here. So you can see this is the nice long line for tickets. If for some reason you don't have yours already, get your tickets ahead of time. It'll save you time in line. And then as they got the tram sitting here, they pull them up and they're sanitizing each tram as it stops. And going through and sanitizing it from all the passengers to keep it safe. Now see, us on the one hand though, we're smart. We have our tickets ahead of time, so we're going on ahead. Don't wait in line. Get your tickets. The line then goes from here all the way up to the actual gates. So we will hop in line. So as soon as you get up here, you can see warning signs. Yes, you're taking a risk. New bunting up here, and then also something else new. Metal detectors. Actually, they've been kind of overdue to have these, since almost every other park seems to have them now. So Silver Dollar City's turning into the modern age. So we are in. Distancing is in place. Most people still have their masks on, although there's a few that you can tell already that every chance they get, they're dropping that mask. You know, because, hey, they think they're safe. A little bit of social distancing going on there, so not too bad. It's a little longer to get in than it used to be, but it's a process that they will get used to. And seem to be working pretty well. So we're getting ready to head on in. Amber's just repacking her purse. And then we're going to head on up and start checking out the rides and the shows and seeing what else they've got in place, and make sure we get a good look at Whitewater Falls. No cave tours today. That is closed. Also, I didn't see any of the Pathfinder newspapers. So apparently those are not being handed out right now either. Which means we're going to be dependent upon the app for show times. Give you a look at the gazebo area here. You can see the seating is all spaced out, spread out a little bit, so easy enough to watch, but plenty of room. And of course, it's hymn sing time. This normally would have been done down in the Wilderness Chapel, Wilderness Church, which is right over there, but they're not doing it there, they're doing it outside now. Same thing with homestead pickers, is they will not be at the homestead, they will be at the pick and shed. So it is 10:15, about 45 minutes after opening time. And you can see pretty light crowds once you're in. So the line should be relatively short. Of course, ride capacity will be shorter as well, but should work out and balance out pretty well. And yes, more people without their masks on already, including the vendors. So here's the saloon. They do have the saloon show going right now. However, it is not actually at the saloon. It's actually down in Dockside Theater. So we are going to head down there and see if we can catch the first show of the day.
Play safe with us. Please follow social distancing guidelines, keeping 6 feet apart from folks around you. We also ask that you continue wearing your mask during the show. Thank you.
What's your temperature?
Oh, no, try it.
Yeah.
Maybe not someone from the audience, please.
Yeah. Anyone back there want to dance with me? Anybody back there want to dance? All right. Harry, look, I got a blonde. I got a bleach blonde. Okay, I'll have a bacon cheeseburger. Is that a curly?
Oh, that sounds yummy. I'll have a milkshake.
Judge. Oh, chocolate. If you got it.
So interesting adaptation of the saloon show. Basically, it's the same kind of show they've done the last couple years, then adapted to the theater instead of having it in the saloon. New actors. I don't think Choctaw Charlie has it down yet. But you can see a couple of the old saloon girls, a couple new ones.
How come they switched out Charlie?
I don't know. I'm curious because the gentleman who's been doing Choctaw Charlie is actually a retired teacher, and he's been awesome. So not sure, maybe it's just his day off or something, but fun. You can see that the new people are still learning timing and the lines just a little bit. So I imagine it'll get better as time goes on. But still fun. Just definitely a different atmosphere, and with the crowd spread out, it's hard to get the good crowd reaction, which makes it tougher. But good to see it. We're going to go check out Mystic River Falls and some of the other new stuff here. So here is your first look at Mystic River Falls. You see, yes, they do still have construction fences up. The lift is coming along. Actually, not even the lift, it's just the upper level. I do not see the actual lift yet. But you can see it hiding right there. Well, it is the elevator lift, so gives you a little bit of a look at what is there. How much to go? Later this summer is what they're saying. So here's another little look we got from the dining area through one of the knotholes. You can see they got the water channel there. That's going to be the bridge that goes up into the loading station, and give you as much of a look as we can. Soon. Yeah, isn't that water pretty right now? I imagine that's just simply because it's been sitting and not running. So other changes down here on the riverfront. This actually used to be the dress shop, and now you can see it is now the world famous cinnamon bread. So definitely a big change there. And then right across from it is the Riverfront Smokehouse, which just opened, I mean literally like 2 minutes ago as we're standing here. So we're going to come in and check this out after I give you a peek inside the cinnamon bread. Here's a look inside the brand new kitchen. Amber's already going nuts over the cookies. Lemon blueberry. And give you a nice look at the whole kitchen setup here. And then they do have some dining in the back there.
It looks like they got rid of all of the bakery supplies.
Those will still be up at the mill.
Oh, okay.
So this is just the actual cinnamon bread bakery now. And you see they've got the ovens there, so yes, they do cook it right here. But then all the other baking supplies, the mixes and flours and stuff will still be up at the mill itself. So here's the new smokehouse. And oh my goodness, does it smell good even with our masks on. It smells amazing. You see, 6 feet spacing. Not supposed to take your mask off unless you're eating. You see, not quite everybody's doing that yet. So to give you a little bit of idea, we'll give you a peek at the menu here in just a second. That looks really good. Good, how are you doing? Here's the brisket. Yep. Yum. And you got 1 meat, 2 meat, half smoked chicken, 4 rack ribs.
I can't decide whether I want the chicken, the ribs, or the brisket.
What can I get for you?
Does the 2 meat, will it include, can I get brisket and rib with it?
No, I'm afraid not. It's only these 3 for the 2 meat, and then those are just
There's desserts, there's cobbler.
That's bread pudding, not cobbler.
Close enough. Desserts. Okay, so we get to pull the masks off because we're getting ready to eat. And we've got the half rack of ribs. Amber's got the 2 meat. And of course, got to get the souvenir cups. The drinks, actually, even though we bought souvenir cups, they've got the drinks all sectioned off. So what you get instead of a refill is actually a drink. And then you can pour it in your cup if you want, or just carry the cup around. But this looks awfully good. We're going to eat. Looks yummy. So with the way I got the meals, we got the short ribs. I've got the beans and the coleslaw. Amber's got the cheesecake dessert, the mac and cheese, and potatoes. So this way we can kind of sample all of the sides and get a good idea of what everything's going to taste like. Finishing up the meal here. What'd you think?
It was good. A little too peppery, so that kind of blocked out some of the other seasonings on the edges of the meat.
Yeah, so they smoked it, so you can tell there's definitely seasoning before they smoke. We had the ribs, the pulled pork, and the brisket. For me, the brisket was easily the best. The brisket was wonderful, tender. It was really good. You agree? Ribs were good. Ribs were actually tender enough that the bones pulled right out of the ribs. One issue that they got, because of the way they're packaging everything right now, no knife. Would have been very nice to have a knife to cut the meat.
Barely any napkins.
Yeah, only 1 napkin or so.
No cheddar in the mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'm not sure what cheese it was.
It tastes like a Alfredo American.
Yeah, it was okay. The beans, baked beans were good. I actually liked the coleslaw. I didn't do the potato. What do you think of the potato?
They're just basic tater tots.
Okay, basic tater tots. If you can see the spacing around, you can tell there's a lot of spacing with tables. They got a number marked off that you're not supposed to sit at. The one thing we're noticing here that, as Amber puts it, is the anachronism, is if you can hear the music in the background, it's jazz music. It's like, what is jazz doing in 1880s Ozarks? It's supposed to be the riverfront, so it's supposed to be down like by the Mississippi, but we're not Louisiana. So it's the wrong music. Yeah, we should still be hearing the Ozark country, bluegrass, those kinds of things. So, but otherwise, really like the Smokehouse. Great addition.
The cheesecake is actually gooey butter.
Oh, cheesecake is gooey butter. Okay, so with the places to eat at the park, what do you think? Where would you put this one?
About on level with how the staff calf was. I miss the staff calf.
Miss the staff cafeteria? Staff cafeteria had some great food at cheap prices. This isn't cheap.
The mac and cheese at the staff calf was way better.
Yeah. I actually think I probably like their Mexican place a little bit better still. So this is good, but I think I would rather have that.
I don't like the tortillas.
You don't like tortillas? We got a big wind coming up. Oh no, that's not a big wind. They've just started running water in the ride next to us here. That's what all that noise is. So once these construction walls get down, you're going to have a great view of Mystic River Falls. But for now, it's still a wall. So I found a little spot here in the fence where you can actually get a look at the ride. You can see the water flowing here on the lower portion. Upper portion isn't done yet, but yeah, that's going to look amazing. Tons of the Silver Dollar, just finished up a show there. We're going to walk down, try and take a look at Outlaw Run, see how long the lines are here, and have they're loading up. You can hear Mystic River Falls right behind the fence. River Blast is running. So it is nice to see the park open again, even if people aren't doing what they're supposed to. Taking the path out to Outlaw Run, you can see it kind of looks a little bit like a tunnel. with the construction walls here. But I see an opening. 2 more construction walls. But I think we can get you a little look here. There we go. That is Mystic River Falls. So you can see the line for the barn swing. Most of them seem to be maintaining social distance there. Half of them aren't doing masks. And this is going to be the problem with amusement parks, is the number of people who refuse to wear masks. Amusement parks are going to become infection centers because of it. It just takes one person and everybody without a mask on. Outlaw Run is down here. Hey, look, more no masks. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing if everybody has them. I would say you've got about half the people wearing them. And the other half are doing like this family. So let's kind of let you look at Outlaw Run. You see that they are loading every other row. Most of the line seems to be doing distancing. There's a couple groups there that aren't. And again, about half to 2/3 have the masks on. And then the others don't. On and off. They are telling people to use hand sanitizer before they get on, but the Silver Dollar City's doing what they can. The guests, on the other hand, it's a mixed bag. So even though the line is short, it's just a little bit longer than that. Just because of the way they're having to load the train and take the time and the spacing, it's going to take a while to get on that coaster. So, a look at the gift shop and some of the new merchandise they have. Coaster Addicts, Outlaw Run.
Florida merchandise.
Florida merchandise? Oh yeah. Yeah, because there's all sorts of seashells here.
No beach.
No beach? And then I'll look at some of the other shirts that they've got this year. And now Amber's over here going, ooh. It looks like an eye. What is it? Amber's finding stuff she should buy.
No time. So I don't know what it's called.
They're called necklace. Well, as we walk back, this will give you a good idea of how people are responding to the masks required. You can see most people are, but there are definitely a few here and there that aren't. But yes, you are supposed to have your mask on the whole entire time. And people not wearing them really kind of defeats the purpose. And hey, Mystic River Falls. Opening soon. So walking through Midtown, this is a big change. That used to be the sewing shop. And now we've got a whole guest services. And cleaning crew in action. Trying to catch everything that might get infected, spraying it down. Oh yeah, Silver Dollar City, and yet somehow Frozen has made its way here. And to continue the 1880s Ozarks themes, we have Jasmine and Snow White from the 1880s. Somehow Rapunzel has made her way here as well. Oh, why do we have Disney at Silver Dollar City? I love Disney. It doesn't belong here. We're going to poke into the Glassblowing Shop. And they are actually on break right now. You can see that they're open, but they have actually separated them a little bit more from people. But it is there. So this is a change that if you didn't know about, you probably wouldn't even notice it. They've completely redone this bridge. All new flooring. Still have the sound effects at least. It is also wider. But it still looks about the same. So if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't know it. They do have a nice little selection of 60th anniversary things. Coins, postcards, cups, mugs, bags, special magnets just for it. And a number of other things here as well. If I was going to get anything from the park this year, it would be something in here. So that gives you a little bit of a look at some of the changes they have in place for the park this year. Some of the new things, some of the additions, some of the things still to come, as well as some of the procedures that they're doing. We've been here about 3 hours or so, had a great lunch, got a good look around, and it's just getting stinking hot. Mask or not, it's hot. And I'm out of shape. So, but we're going to head on out, go get some nice air conditioning, and have some fun. Love to hear your questions, so if you want to know anything about what the park is doing, about how they're doing things this year, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments. Right, so we are heading out for the day. Not a real long day. It's about what I expected to kind of go out, poke around, see how things are doing and how they're doing things. Yeah, that's redundant, isn't it? Generally, nice, light crowds, which they're maintaining that. If you're wanting to ride rides, that's probably a good thing because the rides are definitely much lower capacity, much slower loading. I would say Outlaw Run was probably about 20 to 25 minute wait, something like that. And then Fire in the Hole, its line was standing outside the queue, but then everybody's spacing. So again, probably somewhere around that as a whole. So a little bit of lines. You can see that they had crews going around sanitizing all throughout the park. They also had definite limited capacity on the rides, as I mentioned, spacing at the dining. So the park is trying to do what it can. Lots of hand sanitizer around. One of the big things we noticed was probably a quarter to a third of the guests or so either didn't have the face masks on or were not wearing them right. So let me give you a hint, people. I love you. Please know I love you. This is pointless. This does not do anything because your nose is still exposed. You're still breathing. So is this. This is utterly worthless. I'm happy your chin is protected. That is not what you need to protect. If you're going to wear a face mask, please wear it right. Now, I do have to admit, these are a bit on the warm side. We were looking for some of the cloth gator ones that are the pull-up cloth masks. They did not have them at the park yet. But if you can't wear your face mask right, don't go and not wear it. That's defeating the whole purpose. You're not keeping anybody safe, let alone you and your family. If you're not able to go to the parks without wearing your face mask right, I know this sounds harsh, but don't go. Wait a year. It'll still be here. You can live without the parks for a year. And I'll be entirely honest, after watching the way people were in the park, we saw a couple kind of pushy guests. We watched one guest basically steal his food from the restaurant because he was very purposely not swiping his card right. It was tacky. It was real tacky. They blessed him. They gave him the food, which he essentially stole from them. I watched a couple other guests that were a little bit ornery about the masks. If you can't go and be nice to the employees, and if you can't go and follow the rules they have in place, wait it out. It'll be okay. It'll still be there. Don't be rude to the employees and don't flaunt the rules. That's not cool. That's not safe. It's not appropriate. Set a good example. And if you can't do that, stay home. And I'll be honest, after watching everybody today, and then what I've seen at the zoo, we may be sitting out the rest of the year. And that's okay. We'll see how things go. But right now, I'd rather not chance it. So, and that's okay. That's my choice. Make your choice, but make it with other people in mind. Hope you enjoyed this look at what Silver Dollar City is doing, their safety procedures, and what's going. Thank you so much to my patrons for making this trip possible, and my YouTube members. Their financial support does so much for me, and I really do appreciate it. And we'll see how things go. Maybe we'll try to make it out again later this year. Thank you so much for watching as well. God bless.